Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and Ausra.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 360 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Rob, and he writes, "Hello Ausra and Vidas. Enjoyed the story featuring pointed high heel shoes and what Anders said in today's post about his organ shoes. So let me share my organ shoes, well, not literally, of course, with you, Anders, and all other readers of your posts. Nobody plays the organ wearing gloves. It wouldn't make sense. Yet, in a way, we do wear gloves on our feet. I remember that Rhoda Scott played her Hammond organ pedals with bare feet. Just as much as we need to feel the manuals in our fingers and hands, we need to feel the pedals in our feet. My organ shoes are supple, not too thick or sturdy. Leather shoes with thin leather soles, almost but not quite like moccasins. The soles are slippery and without patterns or anything like that. These shoes are a snug fit on my feet, so my feet can't move about in them. They are not too tight by any means. They are round shaped where my toes are and have a normal round heel. Certainly not high heels, haha. These shoes enable me to slide over the pedals and dance when required. In shape, as I said, they are round, slightly pointed is also an option. So moving from one black key to the next adjacent black can easily be done without getting stuck between black keys and white keys. Heel to toe movement is natural and without effort. The thin soles allow me to really feel the pedals, and there is the similarity with fingers feeling the keys on the manuals. In these shoes, my feet know the topography of the pedal board, so it is rarely necessary to look down to direct my feet on side. These, all in all, are the characteristics of my organ shoes. They're now more than 35 years old. My second pair of organ shoes, and I only wear them when playing the organ. I will never ditch these shoes, of course, unless my feet change in the future or when these shoes fall apart. Hope this helps when folks think about need to select organ shoes. And so, with good organ shoes, pedal miracles will happen, to put a little twist on your tagline. Best to both of you and Merry Christmas, Rob. That's, I think, a very interesting story, Ausra, right?
Yes, it is. Seems like Rob is really in love with his organ shoes because he describes them so carefully and in great detail.
Couldn't they be so flexible and sensitive because they are very old?
I think that adds to that as well, to this quality of being flexible. And of course he loves them because he plays with them for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when you wear some kind of shoes for so many years, you don't feel them. You can get the feeling that you are barefoot as well.
Right. So playing without shoes, with barefoot is quite tricky and not practical at all, actually.
Well,
Because the pedal board is messy and dusty.
you may have to wear your playing socks. You
Socks
come to church and you bring your socks, and change them.
with socks, there is a possibility, but then you, I think, damage your socks pretty easily and soon. I think if you have leather soles on your woolen socks, that might be better.
Well,
But you still need a heel.
sure. And let me talk a little bit about comparing, manual part with the pedal part. I don't think it's fair thing to compare these two
Mhm.
and to put equality sign between them. Because look at the score. How many notes you have to play with your hands, with your and how many with your feet, and you will notice a great difference. So I don't think it's comparable, the difficulty of the playing pedals and playing the manuals. I think in general that problems with playing pedals are greatly exaggerated. That's what I feel about it. Because and also that problem of finding the right shoes is also greatly exaggerated. Because I think that hitting the right key in the pedal board is not so much, I think, of having right shoes as is of having a right muscle memory.
And also depends of how many organs have you played. If you're playing just one organ, then you can really play with your eyes closed.
True, because that memory, that muscle memory, it develops.
If you have been played, 5 organs, and you have to switch to the 6th organ, then I think the problem is apparent right away. But it reduces with each new instrument that you try, I think.
True. And let's say if you are a beginner and you play on one instrument only and you get fairly comfortable with that pedal board. And then you move to the next organ with the same shoes actually. And you see that you cannot hit the right keys.
Yeah.
And you have to look.
I experienced that many times.
Have you changed your shoes? No. You just changed a pedal board. That's where the problem is.
Exactly. If you have a problem with playing pedals, change the pedal board.
I don't mean it, but that's a great idea.
Yeah, until you find the perfect one.
True. And also I wanted to comment a little bit about that Rob said that you don't play organ with gloves on your arms, and that's not exactly true, because sometimes you use the gloves when you are playing in Lithuania in winter in the middle of no heat church. You use gloves. Of course, you just have to cut off the tips of the fingers.
I've played them many times. They're quite good for keeping the fingers warm.
Maybe you will not be able to play very virtuosic pieces with things like this, but on your hands, but still you will be okay with hymns or simple pieces.
Simple pieces, yes. Improvisations. Some churches now are heated, luckily.
Some. Way too few, I think.
Right. Just a few days ago, organ builder Janis Kalniņš from Latvia came to visit our church, and he brought colleague organist from Poland, Andrzej Szadejko, who wanted to try out our instrument in our church. and he played there for about 1 hour or so. And then we talked. He was surprised that it was so warm in our church.
Well, it's heated.
And I asked him if many churches in Poland are heated, and he said no.
And it's a big country, so yes, many churches.
Mm-hmm. Right. Of course, our situation is different because our church is owned by the university.
Well, but also, I don't think that university first installed that heating system. It happened during the Soviet times because this church was converted into the Museum of Science.
Right.
And that's when we added those radiators. Plus, this last summer, we had such a hot weather all the time. And even in September.
Mm-hmm.
So it got pretty high temperature.
And with each degree, when you have rising in the summer, the temperament and the tuning or not tuning but pitch level rises also, approximately 1 hertz per 1 degree, I would say. So if you have about 440 about in 18 degrees Celsius, then you will have 441 when you have 19 degrees. When you have 20, 442, something like that. In the winter, it's lower than.
True.
Okay, so I guess Rob's points are very valid here. You need to think carefully about how to select organ shoes, and sometimes your first choice is not the most fitting one.
That's right.
And that's okay, right? You have to look around and try out several organ shoe pairs. And one final advice probably would be to look at dancer shoes, right?
But I think we had talked about it before.
Dancer shoes are very similar to organist shoes, and they're, there are more dancers than organists in the world, I guess. So therefore, dancer shoes are more popular and more easy to find.
Well, not every dancer shoes will fit for the organ.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the feet is like the third hand to me, right? You need to treat your feet playing like one additional hand. Don't you agree, Ausra?
Well,
say yes.
So still, I think hands are more important.
Yes, but together you have, in one hand you have 5 fingers. With both feet you have 4 options to play the pedals. Toe, toe, heel, heel.
So it's like you have 10 fingers in your hands, yes? And you have 4 fingers in your feet?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Nice.
Okay, guys, thanks for sending these questions. We're hoping to help you grow, so please keep sending them in the future. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor.
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.